So, good morning. Happy Tuesday. Feels like I haven't said that for ages. Those of you used to join me every morning. It's great to be back on the screen at 7:30. I do miss it a lot. So, let's get going. It's about time, isn't it? You can start easy seated, crossing at the ankles, or if you want, you can have a go at kneeling. I won't be here for too long, and if kneeling doesn't feel comfortable but you want to give it a go, you can just place a cushion underneath your sit bones in between the heels and the backs of the thighs. And all that does is it just takes the edge off the flexion, because often kneeling just isn't comfortable because the knees are in deep flexion. So it just reduces that. So yeah, maybe give that a go. And give yourself a nice big shoulder roll. Sit nice and tall. Think about drawing the shoulders back and down away from the ears. Think about lengthening through the tailbone. And even though our sit bones are either on a cushion or our heels, we can still kind of ground down. It's just a little bit of a different, a different sensation. So that little length through the low back, that little nipping in of the navel, length through the side body, shoulders back and down again. And then finally, just allow the arms to rest wherever feels comfortable. I like to just bring the edges of my hands to the hip creases. Palms are facing up, but by all means, the palms can be down on the thighs. There's a softness to the elbows. There's an ease. And then if you haven't already, just close the eyes or soften the gaze to help you draw your focus in. Maybe take a moment to relax the jaw, the skin around the eyes, the forehead. And just allow yourself to be still for a few moments. Before our day begins, it's a great opportunity to find stillness and just check in. Maybe ask yourself, how am I feeling this morning? And just start listening to whatever's coming up and noticing. Try not to add layers of judgment. And whatever is coming up for you, just use that as a little bit of context before we start to move this morning. Move with kindness to your body. Go gently. And just do what feels good. If something doesn't feel good, just don't do it. Take your options, rest whenever you need. But most importantly, just enjoy the movement. If you haven't already, let's start to find the breath. So if the mind is super busy or you're easily distracted, the breath is a great kind of anchor for your practice. So first of all, just locate the breath. We do this all day, every day, but resting our attention on each breath in and each breath out is something we don't often get time to do. But it's such a good tool, such a good tool. So really take time to find your breath this morning. It's so easy to think, oh yeah, I'm breathing, skip over it. I've been there. Follow the journey of your breath as it enters and leaves the body. And we'll just take a few together. So wherever you are, nice long exhale through the nose. And then breathe in for a count of 1, 2, 3. Breathe out for 3, 2, 1. Good. Breathing in. 2, 3. And breathing out. 2, 1. Keep that up. Deep, rich breaths in. And long, slow, steady breaths out. Each time we're trying to get a little bit deeper. We're trying to get a little bit smoother. Maybe a little bit longer. Next inhale, let's just take a full body stretch. So the arms are going to just reach up. You might hold one wrist and then the other. Make yourself super tall, super long. And then as you exhale, just float the arms back down. Give yourself a couple of shoulder rolls. And we're going to move straight into tabletop. So give those legs a little bit of a release. So just lean forward, come onto your hands. And you're probably going to want to just kick out the legs a little bit after that kneeling. Maybe tuck the toes under. Give them a little stretch as well. And just alternate between the legs a couple of times. And anything else that feels good. Before we come to tabletop, all fours. Okay, let's get into the spine straight away this morning. So just check everything's stacked. The wrists are under the shoulders, the knees are under the hips. And then when you're ready, on your next inhale, you're going to dip your belly, you're going to lift your chin and point your tailbone to the sky. And then as you exhale, you're going to draw the belly in, drop the chin to the chest and tuck the tailbone under. So these are your cat-cows. When you're ready, you can just move freely with your own breath. It's an inhale to dip the belly, and it's an exhale to draw the belly up. Just maybe close the eyes and travel along your spine, going from the crown of the head all the way to the pelvis. Enjoy that movement first thing in the morning. Notice how the spine's feeling. And anything else, you might want to swish a little bit from side to side. You might want to get a bit more creative. But just 3 more breaths here. Good. Okay, so it's Tuesday. Back in the day when we were doing these every day, we focus on our upper body strength. So we're going to do that this morning. But let's get into the chest and the shoulders a little bit before we focus on strengthening them. So move your left hand a little bit more into the center of your mat and just reach your right arm up to the sky. And then exhale, we're just going to switch. So right hand down and left arm up to the sky. And just keep doing that with your breath. So it's an exhale to lower and it's an inhale to reach. And by all means, if it feels like you need to take a couple of breaths up there, you can. We are going to pause in a second, but just keep going. Inhale to reach and exhale to switch. Good. Okay, next time the right arm is lifted up, let's just hold it there. So really think about the shoulders stacking. Really think about the fingertips reaching. Try and keep equal pressure through the feet and the knees. Navel and hips are still pointing to the earth. We're here for 3, for 2. Good, on 1. Thread the right arm behind the left wrist and bring yourself all the way down to the earth. So your right ear and cheek ends up on the ground and you're reaching the right fingertips across. You can use your left hand just to stabilize you. And be mindful you haven't crunched too much. So sometimes it's easy for us to kind of not still maintain the length in the spine. We don't want the upper arm really close to the knees. We want it behind where the wrist was. Good, now you can stay here if you want a little bit more. Your free hand, which is your left hand, can take a little twist or bind and hook around, finding the waist, the thigh maybe. Yogi's choice. We're going to be here for 3. How's the breath for 2? Good, on 1, slowly release, push yourself up, maybe briefly open up that right arm just to release and then come back to tabletop. And when you're ready, straight into the other side. So your left arm is going to reach up to the sky and we're just going to hold. Remember everything you know, stacking the shoulders, opening the chest, keeping the hips level, keeping equal pressure through toes and knees for 3, for 2, good, on 1, thread that arm through and under, remember, stay close to the back of the wrist, all the way down to the earth, so the left ear and cheek comes to the ground. And remember, you can stay there, or that right hand can take an additional bind if you want. Listen to what your body wants to do this morning. And you should feel a nice stretch through the outer upper arm, a little bit through the shoulder. And if you add the bind, a little bit more into the twist. Wherever you are, just hold for 3, for 2, good, on 1, release. So you're going to push through, briefly open up again, and then come back to tabletop. Nice, okay, right. Hopefully chest is feeling a little bit more open. Tuck all 10 toes under, okay, and you're going to push the floor away here. So when I say that, we're thinking about broadening the upper back, spreading the shoulder blades apart, drawing the navel, and when you're ready, on your next inhale, you're just going to hover your knees and drop them back down. Okay, so the more you hover, the longer you hold the hover, the more intense. So yogi's choice, you just take it as much or as little as you want. So inhale to hover, exhale to release. And we just want to hover the knees a couple of inches off the floor. When we push down, we're really kind of broadening through the upper back. We're really drawing in the navel. So we're feeling the whole of the side body, the whole of the core, the back switch on to hold you there. So hopefully you've done about 10 of those or so by now. Challenge if you want, keep going as you are, or you can hold the hover for 5, for 4, for 3, keep pushing, for 2, good, on 1, listen carefully, let's all hover and then lift our hips up to the sky, downward facing dog, great. So that's a nice way to kind of just warm up the whole of the core and then lift into your downward facing dog. And once you're there, take a little walk out of the feet. And any other movements that feel good, you might want to look from side to side. You might want to shake the head. You might want to swing the arms. I sometimes have a nice swing of the arms. Good. Just notice how your downward dog feels this morning. Good, okay, so when you're ready, shuffle your feet back a little. We're going to roll forward into a high plank. And then you're going to come back to downward facing dog. You're just going to do that a few times. Again, go at your own pace, go with your own breath. Inhale forward, exhale back. Inhale forward, just warming up the shoulders here. Exhale back. Good. How's the breath and the movement? Are we syncing the two together? Keeping everything super fluid, enjoying the mindful movement. Okay, next time you're forward, we're going to stay forward for a count of 5, 4, push the floor away just like we did when we were hovering, for 3, for 2, you've got it, on 1, knees down, good, take a little rest. Okay, so almost, if you want, you can push back for a second, or we're just staying in this half plank. When you're here, think about opening through the chest a little, think about drawing the shoulders back and down, almost like a little lift of the chin. And then as you exhale, you're going to lower yourself to the floor. Good, nice. Inhale, roll the shoulders back, take a little lift of the chest. Exhale, forehead down. So we did these yesterday. Just do a couple more of those just to check that the backs, we're using the back muscles to lift us there, so there's no weight in the hands. Good, and then when you're ready, you're going to tuck your toes, you're going to kind of wrap your upper arms in, you're going to give yourself a strong push back to child's pose, and just take a couple of breaths there. Okay, nice, well done. So we're going to flow through a few of those. I'm going to give you some options to do some presses in line with that kind of upper body strength. I'll give you some options, so don't panic. And you know, when we build strength in yoga, it can feel difficult, right? But it does come with time and practice, and then it feels amazing. So back to tabletop. Tuck our toes, lift our hips. So you're in your downward dog again. Roll forward, high plank. Shuffle the feet back a little. Exhale the knees. Now you can lower all the way down, or if you want, you can take some presses here. So the more you bend the elbows back, the more intense it is. The further away the knees are, the more intense it is. So if you want, you can bring the knees in a little bit and press from here. See if you can do about 5. That should be about 5 by now. And then lower all the way down, belly to the floor. Good. Inhale, little lift, just one of these this time. Exhale, forehead down. Now this is another big push. So press through the hands, zip the elbows in. See if you can push yourself strongly back up and then into your child's pose or into your downward dog. So we're going to do that 2 more times. So have a little rest, either in child's pose or downward dog, and 5 presses we're going to go for again. So remember your options. You can press from tabletop. If you're going a little bit further with the hands, don't worry about bending the elbows to 90 degrees. You can just do some mini kind of presses, or you can come really low and go into your full range. Right, let's go again. So find your way to downward facing dog. Take an inhale to roll forward to high plank. Take an exhale to lower the knees, wherever you need to. And then inhale to prepare. Exhale, press. Inhale, push up. Exhale, press. Inhale, push up. Exhale, press. And just do 2 more. So we're doing 5 in total. And then on your 5th one, you can lower your belly all the way to the floor and relax. Let it go. Ooh, nice. Inhale, little lift of the chest. And then exhale, take a rest by pushing back into your downward dog or your child's pose. Well done, guys. You've just got 1 more round of those. And you know, these exercises really transform your practice. When you see a flowing yoga practice, and you think, oh, that looks like they're in this moving meditation and we're flowing with our breath. These little strong, controlled movements really help you to find that flow. And you know, a strong physical body emanates and kind of moves into being strong emotionally, mentally. So if it feels hard, don't worry. It's all practice. Inhale, high plank. Exhale the knees. Last set now. Take an inhale to prepare. Exhale halfway. Inhale, push up. That's 5. 4. Remember your options. Knees in. For 3. Just send the elbows back. For 2. Good. On 1. Let's bring the belly all the way down to the floor. If you walked your knees in, you're just going to walk them back and come to that lower. Little inhale to lift. And then exhale, push yourself back. Downward facing dog. Really nice. Or a child's pose. Yogi's choice. Let it go. Good. So from here, you're going to walk your feet to the backs of your wrists. And you're going to enjoy a nice little dangle here. So catch the elbows and just sway a little bit from side to side. Belly to thigh, hips to sky, weight into the toes. And then release the hands. And feet can either stay hip width or you can heel toe the feet together. I really don't mind. I'm going to bend the knees and sweep the arms out in front of us. So coming into like a little low chair. Good. So working the lower body a little bit here, but we're going to do some twisting. So if it's too much, you can always come out of your chair and work from here. But when you're ready, on your next inhale, you're just going to draw your right arm back into a twist. Exhale, you're going to take a big circle back to the front. Then you're going to go to the left. So inhale, left arm back. Exhale, circle back to front. Just 2 more each side. So inhale, the right arm back. Sweep it forward. Inhale, the left arm back. Sweep it forward. You've just got 1 more set. Can you sink a little lower into the legs? Right arm back. Sweep it forward. Left arm back. Well done. Sweep it forward. Good. Inhale, push through the feet. Stand nice and tall. Full body stretch. Good. So hook onto your thumbs or find alternate wrists and just do a little bit of sideways movements. So enjoying a nice stretch through the side body. Oh, I love stretching the side body. I think it's so underrated. Oh. Good. If you feel you need to pause, take a little pause or keep moving with the breath. And then when you're ready, give the shoulders a nice little roll. Shake out the legs. And we're going to flow through a couple of sun salutations. So that little movement we've just warmed up with, we're going to take that into account. Just 1 breath though, we'll miss the presses, okay? Inhale, arms are going to come up nice and high, full body stretch. Exhale, the arms are going to come to the floor as you fold. Head nice and heavy. Inhale, lean into the toes, lengthen. Exhale, you've been here before. You're going to take a big step back to that plank. Take a breath in. Take a breath out to lower the knees and the belly to the floor. Great. That should feel good. Inhale, little lift of the chest. Draw the shoulders back. Exhale, strong push back to downward facing dog. Good. Okay. Take a breath just to settle. And then when you're ready, on your next inhale, you're going to look forward and you're going to journey to the top of your mat. So a big step or a little walk. Inhale, halfway lift. So lean into the toes, lengthen. Exhale, fall forward, fold. Inhale, we're going to bend the knees and come back into that little squat position. And then exhale, you're just going to stand tall, reach the arms up and float them down. Good, okay, 1 more like that. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, fall forward, fold. Inhale to lengthen, lean into the toes. Maybe you step the other foot back. So if you lead with your right foot, maybe you step your left foot back now. Exhale your knees and your belly all the way to the floor. Nice, super strong. Inhale, roll the shoulders, little lift. Exhale, forehead down. Inhale, strong push back. And exhale to downward facing dog. 1 big breath in. And 1 steady breath out. Good, look forward, journey to the top of the mat, however you wish. Little inhale to lengthen. Exhale to fold. And inhale, bend the knees, sweep the arms forward. Little chair, then stand tall. Reach and float the arms down. Good, okay, last one. I'm going to add on some postures. So inhale, arms are going to come up. Exhale, forward fold. Good, inhale to lengthen. Last time you're doing this, exhale to plank. You'll be pleased to hear. So make it your best one. Take an exhale to knees. And then lower the belly to the floor, send the elbows back. Well done. Inhale, roll the shoulders, lift the chest. Exhale, forehead down. Inhale, strong push back. Exhale, downward facing dog. Really good, guys. Okay, from here, either float the right leg back and away, or you can drop onto the knees and you can kick the right heel back and away. Good, and then as you exhale, you're just going to draw the knee into the chest, wherever you're working from, and step the foot through. Maybe rock the hips a little bit forwards and backwards, just to get into the hips. And then when you feel ready, you're going to come up into your lunge position. Arms coming up and cactusing out to the side. So when we cactus, I want you to really think about elbows being high, drawing the shoulders, the shoulder blades towards one another, sending the elbows back. So we're really active here. in the arms. Good. If you want a little bit more, you can tuck the back toes and lift the back knee, and you can be in a high lunge, yogi's choice. Either way, we're here for 3. Maybe lift the chin a little, squeeze shoulder blades together for 2. Nice. On 1, either from your low or your high lunge, you're just going to sweep your arms back and lean forward. So we're in like a little, we're calling this turbo lunge, I think, these days. So if the back knee's lifted, this is a little bit more intense. So just see how you get on. Again, we're here for 3. We're here for 2. Listen carefully. On 1, we're all going to lift that back knee, and we're going to see if we can push off the back toes and take a little balance. Now, if you want a little bit more for the arms, they can reach forward, or your hands can be in prayer. If it's a little bit much with that balance, just tap the toes down. We're holding for 3, for 2. Good. On 1, can we stand tall, sweep the arms up, bring that back leg with you, and then exhale, float the hands and float the foot down. Well done, really nice. I told a little fib, didn't I? We have got one more vinyasa because we've got to do the other side. Inhale, arms come up. This definitely is your last plank. You know you can always miss these if you want. Exhale, fold. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, definitely the last one this time. Step back, lower the knees and the belly to the floor. Good, well done. Inhale, little lift, roll the shoulders back. Exhale, forehead down. Inhale, super strong, press back. And exhale either into your child's pose, tabletop or downward facing dog. Take a big breath in. And take a nice steady breath out. So again, either from your downward dog or from your tabletop, you're kicking the left leg back and away. Exhale, you're drawing the knee into the chest and you're stepping the left foot through. So same thing, little ease of the hips forwards and backwards. Just to get warm into the lower body this morning. We'll be moving on to that later in the week. Good, and then when you feel ready, into your low lunge. Arms are going to come up and you're going to cactus them again. See if you can really get into that now. It's so active. I want you to imagine I'm scooping the rib cage through and you're trying to pinch something between your shoulder blades. Good. Remember, if you want a little bit more, you can tuck the back toes and lift the back knee. Yogi's choice. We're here for 3. We're here for 2. Good. On 1. We've got that little hinge forward. So the arms sweep back and the torso almost leans onto that front thigh. Back knee up or down, yogi's choice. Shoulders away from the ears. We're here for 3. We're here for 2. Right, into our balance now. So just check in with those back toes. You might have to take a couple of hops with them and just float the foot as high as you want. Whatever feels good, into your warrior 3. We're here, we're holding for 3, for 2. Good. On 1, soften into the standing leg. See if you can stand tall, float the arms up, bring that knee with you. And then exhale, release, hands down, and just let it go. Great. So bend the knees, sweep the arms. We're going to come into that chair again, but this time we're going to lower all the way down. So I've been practicing this a lot in my classes recently. We're trying to get to sit down nice and smoothly. So bring your sit bones to the earth. If you've got bricks, they might help you out here. And then all you're going to do is you're going to try and find the ground with the bum. Now, there might be a little moment where you're like, yeah, I'm going to roll all the way down. Do it safely, switch on the core. If there's a little badunk moment or even a little roll back, it's not the end of the world. Maybe enjoy that little roll of the spine. And then if you did roll back, just come back to kneeling. Well, let's come back to seated. Good, okay, roll the shoulders, sit nice and tall, close the eyes. So hands are just going to rest on the knees for a moment. You're going to find your breath and you're going to find a little bit of stillness. So it's really good to bookend your practice with stillness and breath. So if you've lost your breath, just come back to it now, just as you did at the start of your practice. And when you're ready, next inhale, you're just going to bring the hands to heart center. Exhale, you're going to reach the arms forward and round the upper back. Spread the shoulder blades apart. Hug the shoulders forward, hollow out the chest. Inhale, you're going to sweep the arms wide. Squeeze shoulder blades together again. And then reach the arms up, biceps by the ears. And we're just going to finish with a twist. So let's take your left hand over to your right knee. Good. Take your right hand behind you. Take a little inhale to lengthen and an exhale to twist. If the knee's a little bit hard to find, just slide the hand down your thigh and just take it a little bit easier. Good. Each inhale, try and grow a little taller. Each exhale, just ease into that twist a little bit more. Other side, inhale, sweep the arms back to center. Make yourself super long and then exhale over to the other side. Good. Stay with the breath. Just a couple more here. Inhale to lengthen. Exhale to twist. Good. Inhale back to center. One more, reach up. Oh, and then exhale. Arms just going to come down. You can rest your hands at your heart. You can rest your hands at your knees. But just take a little bow, chin to chest. Notice how you feel. Try to take the benefits of your morning practice with you into the day. Maybe with a sense of gratitude. And yeah, thanks for joining me. Hope you have a great Tuesday, same time tomorrow. And yeah, please share the link with as many people as you can. It's completely free. We're just asking for a donation to Burning Your Mind, to Mental Health Awareness Week. Thank you so much. And any comments, anything you need.